Rashee Rice. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Chiefs and the Raiders, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson, or should I say Dean Olson, because tight end U doesn't happen without you. And we've got a great matchup here. We've got two of the best at your position in the current game right now.
And Mike, when I came into the league, almost 20 years ago, there was a handful of really elite tight ends. But doesn't it just seem, especially over these last couple years, every single team, at least the ones that make their mark and find themselves in the playoffs, compete for...
So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, drafted back in 2019 out of Washington State. It's Gardner Minshew.
I think when you go back and watch the film for last week, Mike, he played fairly well for the most part. Now, are there some things to clean up? Absolutely. Some of his footwork, both inside and outside the pocket, still has a long way to go. The occasional errant throw or just thinking, hey, I've got a big arm, I'm going to fit this ball in the window. Some of that stuff needs to get cleaned up, but overall, not bad. But what matters the most in wins and losses, and he just wasn't the difference maker his team needed when they needed him the most.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This is taken at his own 30. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Chiefs come out with the face of the NFL, Patrick Mahomes. Two-time regular season MVP, three-time Super Bowl MVP, just in his 8th year, best in the business at the helm for KC, Greg.
Sometimes you can just see a player who is clearly playing in what they call the zone, right, Mike? Last week when we went back and watched him, whether he was throwing touchdowns or scoring with his legs, the defense just simply didn't have an answer for him. He was arguably the best player on the field, regardless of position. If he's able to continue to do that here, it's going to be a tough group to beat.
You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. They'll start on the ground with Pacheco. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. Nate Hobbs in from his corner spot to make the stop. So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Once again, it's Pacheco. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. 3rd and long.
It's now 3rd down and 1.
Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. The defense blows a chance to get off the field as the offense converts 3rd and 14.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important. Like everybody stresses, we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
That's to the rookie first-round pick, Xavier Worthy. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy once again. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2 at the 13-yard line.
To the air once more, it's Mahomes. Got a man over the middle, it's Worthy. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with first and goal.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
Right back to the air for Mahomes. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Another one from the 5. Second down and goal. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. It is brought in the end zone. Hollywood Brown. Touchdown, KC. It's his 4th touchdown on the year.
So when you find yourself this tight to the goal line, Mike, the offense becomes a lot more restricted in as far as how deep you can throw the ball. The field is wider than it is long, and I think the idea here is let's spread them out. Let's put all of our eligibles out there and let the quarterback get a really good picture. Where are the holes in the coverage? Where are the one-on-one matchups that I like? And let's put this ball in the quarterback's hand. Let him make a good decision, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. On the return is Dylan Laube. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense ready now for their second drive. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for first and 10. On the ground, here's Zamir White. He'll move this one ahead to the 31-yard line. Trent McDuffie up from his corner spot there on the tackle. With that, I want to give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game. Here's a 2nd and 6. Another run here with White. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? The shotgun, a throw from Minshew. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now. And John's a punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Chiefs offense ready to take over for their second possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down. Play action here. Mahomes. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
Well, that is a fitting end to this drive. Nothing works. He loses yardage on 3rd down. Here comes 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Raiders offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. From the gun, here's Minshew. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll run here with the rookie. And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide that'll hold them to a gain of 2. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll give it again to Laube. And good hard running will get him down close to a first down. Might be a yard short. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. They'll try and throw with Minshew. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they'll go with their fullback. And he's going to have the Raiders first down by a good couple of yards as they get 3 on 4th and inches. Minshew looking middle, and he's got Myers. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. The motion man here is Woods. Working out of the gun, it's Minshew. That one caught by Tucker. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. He'll get this out to the left flat. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. 1 quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. On the give, it's White. And that'll give him a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3. They'll run with White. And he's into the end zone. Zamir White, touchdown Raiders. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
The kick is good. That ties the game at 7.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. Brown now to return it. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Now the former rushing champ, it's Kareem Hunt. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Robert Spillane spills him there. Looks to be an injured player, and oh no, it's Travis Kelce who is being looked at. 2nd down and 8. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Robert Spillane spills him there. 3rd and 5.
Now 3rd and 5.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
At the 44-yard line.
A give here to Pacheco. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. 3rd and 9.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Hopkins sent in motion. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Every time a quarterback is sacked, everyone kind of looks around at the offensive lineman like, oh, come on, guys, pick it up. I don't think this was on the O-line at all. I think the quarterback is holding on to the ball too long. You know what they say, Mike? Sacks, those are quarterback stats.
Here's Matt Araiza now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Raiders offense and their running back Zamir White heading onto the field. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Man in motion here is Tucker. Throwing on 1st and 10, it's Minshew. He gets this one to Tucker. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Now Minshew. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. Here's a 3rd down and 4. The motion man here is Woods. Minshew from the gun on 3rd down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Chiefs offense ready to get back to work. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Yellow. Throwing is Mahomes. That's going to be caught by Gray. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 33-yard line.
Off the bootleg, it's Mahomes. To the left side in the hands of Rice. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple, and it sets up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now Mahomes. Now they'll set up the screen for Hunt. Good pickup of 16 on that screen play, and a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Mahomes now to throw again. He connects with Gray on that one. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. A handoff to Pacheco. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
He'll try and get there on the ground. And Mahomes going to protect himself here. He's going to slide and get down, but he's got that first down. 10 yards to pick up there, and that'll get him a new set of downs. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Gray is the motion man here. They'll look to set up the screen here. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Now, Mahomes. Quickly to the outside and complete. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play. First half, all tied at 7. We'll return to Arrowhead after this. 3rd and short. Here's Patrick. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Now whistles and a timeout. Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs get 3 here late in the first half to take the lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Laube now to return it. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. To throw, Minshew. He's got the Golden Domer. That's Michael Mayer. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. That's caught downfield by Tucker. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
Here's Minshew now on 1st and 10. Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss. The shotgun, a throw for Minshew. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down. Coming up. From the gun, here's Minshew. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
Quarterback just has to get this ball out of his hands. I understand giving your guy a chance to pick up the first down. Let's see if he can get some space downfield past the sticks and put one on him. But once it's clear that's not going to work, this ball either needs to be thrown away, checked down, but you certainly don't want to continue to go backwards.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Greg in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Michael Penix leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Even more good matchups to check out in the late afternoon window. A 4 o'clock start up in Baltimore, where it'll be the Ravens taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. And lastly, on Sunday Night Football, this will be one to tune in for, as they've got a good one lined up. between the San Francisco 49ers and the Buffalo Bills. We were treated to an excellent first half from the gunslinger, Patrick Mahomes. He had a touchdown pass in that first half, helping his guys to a halftime advantage.
As half number 2 kicks off. But dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Chiefs offense going to have the first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Gray is the motion man here. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. Working the right side, taken in by Rice. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick 1st down. Off the play fake. Mahomes. Open man downfield. It's DeAndre Hopkins with the grab. And it's a gain of 20 on the heels of another big play to begin this drive.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. A run up the middle with Pacheco. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That's caught by Hunt. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision. Gray is the motion man here. Now Mahomes. Open man, that's the tight end, Gray. And he's going to have the Chiefs' 1st down. They find a way to convert on 4th and 10. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Throwing again. It's Mahomes. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated.
And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Kansas City.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Laube now to return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. A give, and here's Laube. Room to run at the 35. And they'll finally track him down as he takes it up to the 45-yard line.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
That one caught by Tucker. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Minshew. He gets this one to Tucker. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. Here's Minshew. This one caught by the back out of the backfield. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
So not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. They'll run over center with White. And he'll take this down to about the 7. They'll go again with White. Not a lot of room to work there. Well played by the defense. And they set themselves up for 3rd and goal. He'll try and throw with Minshew. And he's in. Robert Woods. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Carlson able to knock through the extra point, and the Raiders are back to within a field goal. It's 17-14. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Hardman now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Mahomes back to the left side in the hands of Rice. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Wiley, his tight end. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. You can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Mahomes now to throw again. Quickly to the outside and complete.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes.
And he'll take it on in. DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown, Chiefs. And Butker on for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Chiefs go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Laube now to return it. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The visitors' offense, and Gardner Minshew going to take over once again. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. On play action, here's Minshew. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. On 2nd down, here's Minshew. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Back is Minshew. And that is incomplete. Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. And it's going to lead to 4th down. The Raiders send their punt team out, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That is fielded at the 20. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Here come the Chiefs and last year's Super Bowl MVP, Patrick Mahomes, for their next drive. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
Now a carry for Hunt. He'll manage to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. Robert Spillane spills him there. 3rd and a yard.
It's 3rd and 1.
He'll try and run it here with Pacheco. And he's going to have enough there for the 1st down. Take it up to the 43-yard line. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 1st and 10. Mahomes going to fire quickly to Worthy. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. From the gun, here's Pacheco. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
First and 10 for Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy once again. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. We don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
Right back to the air for Mahomes. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster?
And he will score. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, KC. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Butker now to add the PAT. The kick is good. And the Chiefs will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Laviska Shenault. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense ready to get back at him. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. Catch made. That's Woods. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's Minshew. To the left side, it is caught by Myers. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And he puts his head down and he picks up the 1st down.
Well, a little unconventional play call here. You don't traditionally see the screen game used on 3rd down at these shorter down and distances. But in this case, they catch the defense off guard, they timed it up well, and the back is able to convert and pick up the 1st down. Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
That's to the first tight end taken back in April. It's Brock Bowers. They'll have a 1st down. It's a gain of 28.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. On the ground, here's Laube. And you'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up. On 3rd down, it's White. offense is staying right there. They're going for it. 4th and a couple. The shotgun, a throw from Minshew. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The Chiefs offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air, and with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump.
2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Once again, it's Pacheco. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. They need to get to the 29 here, facing 3rd down. On play action, it's Mahomes. That's complete. He got it to Hopkins. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll run it straight ahead with Pacheco. And a good one here on the ground across midfield. Let's give him 9 for the carry. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Call it a gain of 13. 1st down, KC. Here's a handoff to Pacheco. And he will work his way down inside the 30, a pickup of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They're going to run out of the gun with Pacheco. And he's going to pick up the 1st down. Tackle made right at the 20-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. On the ground, this is Hunt. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Here's a run with Hunt. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
So this one in the win column for the Chiefs. And they'll get a few extra days to rest as they get the victory here on this Black Friday. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Chiefs victorious, as we say, so long from Arrowhead.